Hello, welcome back to BadgerBeat.com. Rob Hernandez alongside Jim Polzin and Tom Oates as we wrap up the Badgers' big win today over American University 75-35 in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Jim Polzin, I'll start with you. If we had to give out a Player of the Game award, who would be your MVP for the Badgers in the effort today?
Well, I'd lean towards Ben Bruss because he really got them going when they needed an offensive spark in the first half. But I really thought this game was about defense, and I really thought it was about team defense. I don't think there was any one guy in particular that stood out. I just thought they played a really good team defensive game against a really tough system to prepare for. I mean, for all the talk and all the preparation they did, I thought they followed their rules really well, and I thought it was one of their most impressive defensive performances this season.
You know, how about Bohannon?
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, he's the guy that gave him the scouting report on the Princeton offense, having played it in his time at Air Force, and I thought once they got their feet wet on the Princeton offense that they just shut it completely down, did a great job.
Yeah, there really wasn't much in that second half at all to speak of offensively for the American Eagles, as they were held to 13 points on 15.8% shooting. So a great job there. We'll go with Zach Bohannon as our Player of the Game. Jim, what did we learn today about the Badgers that might carry over? They've got a big game as we start looking ahead to the Saturday contest with Oregon. The Ducks knock off BYU in the other second round game here. It promises to be a tough matchup for the Badgers, but what did we learn from today? What positives do they take into that game on Saturday?
Well, it's just going to be a completely different system, so I don't know that there's anything you can take from today. I thought the one thing maybe you could take from today was the crowd. The crowd was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I knew there were going to be a lot of Wisconsin fans here. I didn't think it'd be maybe as loud and as red-filled as it was. And you know what? They're going to need that on Saturday because I watched Oregon. It's a really good team. It can give Wisconsin problems, and I think if ever they need a home court advantage, it's going to be on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a lot of energy today, but as Jim says, that might take more than that.
Yeah, I think there were several things they could take out of this game. They took a good punch early in the game that was thrown by American, and that's what happens in this tournament. Teams get on runs, they throw punches, they shut you down for a while, and you have to bounce back. They played good defense. Now, we all know that American isn't the type of offensive team that's given them great problems over the course of the season, but they played really good detailed defense. They focused. Right. They didn't have breakdowns and things like that. So that was a plus. I think confidence. I think they're a really confident team on offense right now. I think they believe that if Sam Decker's not hitting and Frank Kaminsky isn't hitting, 2 or 3 more guys will step up, and because they have 7 or 8 guys who can score. Really confident team. So I do think there were some things they took out of this game.
And I wanted to follow up on that because I thought the swagger was there, especially in that first half when they went 5 minutes without scoring, for Pete's sake. There'd be some Badger teams where if that's the case, then that's the beginning of the end. And that didn't happen today.
Yeah, they went longer than 5 minutes.
I think
it was more like 7, almost 7, like a couple seconds short of 7. But yet there was no panic. There was no, things get a little heated on the sideline when you're not doing that. But nobody panicked on the floor. Nobody. They just kind of got back, got in a timeout or two. Figured out what they needed to do, and went back out to work. And as soon as Ben Bruss hit that shot, the crowd got into the game, and the offense got going, and it was just game over.
What do they do now between here and Saturday, Jimmy, do you think, to get ready for Oregon? And this quick turnaround, I mean, it's not much different than a regular season tournament, past NCAA tournaments, but what do you feel they need to do to kind of focus in and get ready for that next step?
Well, it's the same for both teams. That's the important thing to remember, is that just like UW's going to cram for Oregon, Oregon's got to do the same thing for UW. It's funny, Bo Ryan said today he watched 23 game videos of American leading up to this game, which is an incredible amount. Obviously, they're not going to have time to do that in Oregon. One of the assistants has already probably planned ahead a little bit. Tonight they'll kind of watch some more, but you got to turn around. You got to have a quick turnaround. That's why this tournament is so unpredictable, because you don't have 4 or 5 days to prepare. You got to prepare in one day, and then it's really a matter of who gets hot on game day. So it'll be an interesting matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, don't the Badgers have to get to Anaheim to kind of validate this season?
I think so. I think a Sweet 16 changes the outlook a little bit, especially after one and done last year. Difficult opponent, though. Maybe more difficult than any of us thought. Oregon started the season really, really strong. Like, what were they, 16-0 maybe, Jimmy, or something like that. They're one of those teams that reeled off a bunch of wins at the beginning of the season. And they're really athletic, and they get to the rim. They've got guards who get to the rim, and we've all seen that that's a kind of player that's given Wisconsin problems. So it's a very difficult matchup for Wisconsin.
Well, less than 48 hours, we'll find out what the Badgers are made of as they take on the Ducks at Oregon here at the Bradley Center. Still don't know the time as we tape this, the starting time, but we'll know that later tonight, and we'll pass that along on badgerbeat.com. And of course, we'll have a lot of coverage off of the preparations tomorrow back here at the Bradley Center as the teams again meet the media and look ahead to the third-round games. For Jim Polzin, I'm Rob Hernandez, and for Tom Oates, I'm Rob Hernandez. Thanks for watching Badger Beat. We'll see you at the Bradley Center.